trying to keep my electric fan on because it's warm in here, but I'm also not wanting to mess up the audio, so I'm just gonna be really close to my microphone today. So, oh my god, I'm just waking up. Also, if you do hear my fan going off, it's because they're your biggest fan and they're trying to cool you off as well. So, you're welcome. Hi guys, my name is Sarah. Today I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for a few weeks now. It's actually something that I discovered while I was in therapy. Again, BetterHelp. I'm right here. So, dating is hard, right? For me, it's a little bit more difficult when you have this kind of theatrical mindset that I do. And not saying that anybody who is in theater has a terrible time dating, although, come on now. Okay, so here's something that has been my struggle with dating. It might also just be society nowadays and the way that everyone is just interacting with each other. But for me, in my personal experience, dating has been really accelerated in that the talking stage is either super, super long or very, very short. I tended to jump into relationships fairly quickly, and I was a problem with that. Ideally, in a healthy relationship, you kind of want to take your time, right? I was talking to somebody about wanting to enjoy the experience of dating before getting into a relationship with somebody, but I didn't know what that looked like because the dating period would just be kind of short, and then we would get into a relationship because for whatever reason, we already knew we wanted to be with each other. And then while I was in a relationship with that person, I was still getting to know them, which is kind of what dating is for. You're using that time to get to know somebody, observe them, perceive how they view the world, try to understand their quirks and how they communicate. And then from there, think, do I want to be in a relationship with that person? Yes or no? That way you don't break up after 6 months going, we're actually not compatible. The problem is me. No, my problem is that my views and the way I approach romantic relationships came from how I approach the romantic relationships in theater or on stage. I get typecast as a mom a lot and a wife of 20 plus years to somebody. So that as an actor requires you to have that deep connection with another person, with another actor almost instantly, which in hindsight, it's kind of impossible, which is why you fill in the gaps with your own personal experience and the small things that you pick up from that person, right? Because then how are you supposed to translate to an audience that I have been married to said dude for maybe 20 plus years when I just met him at auditions last week? So then you start to ask questions, spend a lot of time together in rehearsal, out of rehearsal, as much time as you can for the sake of the job, right? This is just for the show. Some of y'all showmance people, y'all take this a little too far. So you use your rehearsal process and your rehearsal time and outside of rehearsals to get to know that person. Quality time, do some acting exercises, that way you feel that closeness to that person. This does not necessarily translate well in real life. Granted, I just mentioned showmances, which if you don't know what a showmance is, it's a show romance. Showmance. It happens when two people have to or tend to hang out with each other a lot within a short period of time. And then you think, they're the one. Sometimes those are real, right? For some people, it really works. But I think for that to happen, you have to take yourselves out of your characters. You have to take yourselves out of the job and see how that person is in real life and in their personal life. That's always a risky step. But real long-lasting relationships take time and work and mutual effort in the long run. And when it comes to personal and romantic relationships in your everyday life, there's really no rush because you don't have opening night in 5 weeks. So you have to create that closeness really, really fast to that person and let it continue for a month, 2 months, however long, and then that's over. It takes seeing each other in different scenarios, different situations, seeing each other around different kinds of people other than the people you work with, their families, their friends, other acquaintances, the waiter at the restaurant you're going to. That's huge. And you really have pretty much all the time of the world. It's also important to keep your individuality. You can very much space out your time together and apart when you're just getting to know somebody. This was kind of difficult for me to unlearn because I'm pretty impatient when it comes to things like this. I want a connection now and I want to see if we're compatible and then we just go on with the rest of our lives together. But that's kind of unhealthy. A little bit unrealistic. Just a little bit. No, it's very unrealistic. That's not how real life works. Disney movies. Actually, that's something I said to my therapist one time too, is that when I was watching TV shows and I was like, dang, they got together in 5 episodes. That's crazy. But 5 episodes doesn't mean 5 days. It happens over months. It happens over periods of time, then you don't know what happens in between those episodes. You don't have to find your partner in 5 episodes, okay? It doesn't happen that way. Anyway, that's something that I've learned and I'm still learning and trying to implement in my life nowadays, because it's summer. It's the time for summer flings and, you know, all that fun stuff. Just be careful out there, y'all. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Subscribe if you want to hang out some more. Wow, I'm tan. I've been working outside a lot. Let me know you liked this video and leave a comment if you resonate or if you think that my mindset is absolutely insane, which it kind of was, and I'm trying to fix that. So let's get on this journey together. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.